Welcome back to the second reading in the Wherefore Art Thou Journals series. If you're new here, every Thursday we explore selected passages from Romeo and Julian's private journals, the entries that were never meant for anyone else to read. Today, we're stepping into Julian's world. Just like with Romeo's entry last week, I'll only be sharing fragments from his writing, pieces that draw you in without giving everything away. We can't spoil the whole story. Not yet. Julian is Romeo's love interest. He's our Juliet, but don't worry, the Juliet you know is still here too. You'll meet her as JJ, and trust me, you're going to fall for her instantly. Everyone does. Julian wears his heart on his sleeve in a way that's rare and beautiful. As we move through his entries in the coming weeks, you'll feel that yearning, that quiet ache for connection, and the weight of the world he's trying to escape. His life is complicated, his loneliness is real, and in today's reading, you'll get your first glimpse into the reality he's living in. Julian is also a character who let me channel some of my own pain. While my older sibling wasn't like Julian's, other parts of my emotional life found their way into him, moments that shaped his depth and vulnerability. What you're about to hear is just a portion of Julian's second entry, a small window into his life. By the way, where Romeo likes to write his entries out by hand, Julian prefers typing them out. Now, let's get into it. Friday, November 18th, 2022. Entry by Julian. My brother is such an asshole. We could not be more different as human beings. Seriously, you wouldn't even know we were related. The only connection is our last name, honestly. At one point, JJ came over and I ended up going back to her house because I was so mad at Tyler. She calmed me down like only she can. She talks me through it, lets me vent, and it always helps. He's got a bunch of his friends over tonight, and when they're together, it's all about that bro mentality. Toxic masculinity at its peak. I was thirsty, so I went into the kitchen, and right away they started asking who I was dating or banging. Such primitive minds. I'd compare them to animals, but that would be an insult to animals. A couple of the guys' girlfriends were there too, but they didn't even bother to call them out. I grabbed my drink and started to leave the kitchen, but one of my brother's friends blocked me and kept prying for answers. I wasn't interested in engaging. I finally got past him, almost out the door when my loser brother pantsed me. I was wearing track pants, and when he pulled them down, my underwear went with them. I've never been so embarrassed. I dropped my glass while trying to pull my pants up and stepped on a piece of broken glass. I limped out to the sound of their laughter. Looking back, if I'd pulled Tyler's pants down, they probably would have laughed harder at him than they did me. Haha. I left everything for him to clean up, including the blood I tracked through the house. He knows Mom would lose her shit if she saw it, and my parents weren't home anyway. My foot hurt like hell. I wrapped it up and texted JJ, who said she'd be right over. While I dealt with my foot in the bathroom, I heard a commotion downstairs. I hobbled out to find Tyler holding his nose while one of the girls pressed a paper towel to it. JJ had punched him in the face. The best part? She made a comment about what he had going on downstairs. Not sure how she knows, but I guess girls talk. JJ saw me standing at the top of the stairs, smiled and waved. She came up, put my arm around her neck, and took me out of the house. Once we were at her place, she sat me down, propped my foot up, and pulled out a first aid kit to patch me up. Whatever she used to clean the wound stung like hell, and when I squirmed, she told me to stop whining like Tyler. I shut up immediately. We sat in her living room for a while, going over what happened. She knew I was furious. I told her how they'd asked me what girl I was dating. I left out about the part about banging. And how Tyler pulled my pants down when I was leaving. She'd read a bit over text, but wanted to go through it again, much to my reluctance. JJ gave me a big hug and said it was none of their business who I was dating, or if I was at all. She's never pried about my dating life, which I appreciate. I asked why, and she said, I'd figured you'd talk about it when you wanted to. It's your business to share, not mine to ask about. If you start dating someone and want to tell me, I'll support you 100%. As long as I like them, of course. If I don't, that relationship's ending quickly. Great. Now I have to pass the JJ test, and she's the tough one. Not long after, JJ's mom, my aunt, came home and noticed my foot. She asked what happened, and though I didn't want to tell her, JJ spilled everything. I just wish she'd left out the part about my pants being pulled down, but oh well. My aunt didn't hesitate to ask if I wanted her to have a word with Tyler. I said no, because if she did, it'd be way worse. Actually, I should have let her go. The three of us laughed when my aunt said, Don't worry, Julian. Your brother's just jealous because you got the brains and the looks, so he doesn't have much going for him. You're kind, extremely handsome, and a wonderful human being. Whoever ends up with you will be the luckiest person alive. JJ chimed in. Mom, you're a married woman. Stop hitting on your nephew. That nearly killed me. The look my aunt gave JJ was priceless before she burst out laughing too. They have such a great dynamic. I feel so much more at home here. A place where I can be myself. There's just a touch more to that entry. Despite everything Julian faces, he isn't alone. His cousin JJ is one of the brightest lights in his life, a fierce, loving, chaotic force of nature. She's actually inspired by two close friends of mine. One day, I'd love to bring them onto the channel so you can meet the real JJ energy in person. Even though JJ is based on Shakespeare's Juliet, she doesn't fit the traditional mold in this story. She begins as Juliet until a crucial moment in the book where her role evolves, blending elements of Juliet and the nurse from the original play. As you read the book, you'll see exactly how that transformation happens. And I'd love to hear from you. Do you have a JJ in your life? Someone who supports you, grounds you, or brings you back to yourself? Drop a comment and let's celebrate those people. If you're enjoying these readings, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss next week's entry. And if you want the full version of Julian's words, all the pages I don't read here, you can order Wherefore Art Thou Journals Volume 1 using the links in the description or at romeoandjulian.com. Until next Thursday, keep your heart open, your journal close, and your story unfolding.